Frigid temperatures have been forcing people all over the tri-state to take emergency measures just to stay warm.
And frequently, those measures can be extremely dangerous, as you're about to see. Local 12's Rich Jaffe joins us now live at Bahama Terrace, just off Colerain Avenue, where people say they haven't had heat for days, Rich.
Rob, it is brutally cold out here right now, and it's only going to get worse tonight. The good news, if there is some out here, is that for some of these folks, the heat has slowly been coming on over the course of the last 24 hours or so. But many of these folks have not had heat in their apartments for days. The heat's been off in a lot of these apartments for 3 or 4 days. Like many of the residents, Dominique Hines says she's been heating with her stove.
It's been cold the last few days. There has been no heat in this complex for about 3 or 4 days, and it's been feeling like outside. I've had the stove on. I've had water boiling on top of the stove. The stove caught on fire yesterday from being on so long.
In one apartment, we found the temperature at the top of the room in only the mid-40s. In this little girl's room, the wall wasn't even 60 degrees. While we were in Dominique's apartment, Alan Foster from Viking HVAC was hard at work on the problem. He explained the pump for the boiler in the building went out, so he installed a new one, but now has to bleed the hot water lines in every register to get the airlock out. It's a process that can take an entire day for just one apartment.
It's basically maintaining your equipment. If you don't maintain your equipment, it goes out, and then it costs you more money to maintain it. So it's better off to call somebody in, a professional, to come in and service your stuff, especially in the summertime. Start your boilers up if you have a boiler. Start it up, check it out, make sure everything's working. Make sure it's working properly so wintertime comes, you're ready to go.
Calls to the owners, downtown property management, all sound about the same.
How long is going to be before y'all come and fix these boilers? Because it's cold.
In the meantime, stoves are glowing hot in most of these apartments, regardless of the danger, because walls here are not even insulated. And even if the heat is working, it's not working very well. Shoddy maintenance goes beyond the boilers, too. Entry doors don't lock or even latch. And take a look at the expanding foam that maintenance sprayed around this register inside the apartment to block the drafts. Okay, so how warm should it be in an apartment or a rental house? Well, it's all about the law, because in Cincinnati, the regulations require that in any occupied room, when the temperature outside drops below 60 degrees, at 36 inches off the floor, which is this high, you have to be able to maintain 70 degrees for 24 hours. That's the law. If it is colder than that in a unit that you are renting someplace, they're breaking the health department regulations. So pick up the phone and make a call. In Mount Airy, Rich Jaffe, Local 12 News. Tammy, Rob?
Rich, does that mean that people, the owners of these apartments, will be fined, or is that likely, or do we know?
If health department comes out and they find that the temperature in the rooms is not up to code, absolutely, they can get fined for that. They get cited for it. They are then forced by law to do something to bring that temperature up. It's a tough fight. In here, you're talking about a lot of old boilers. You're talking about huge expense, but the law is the law. And if people are paying the rent, and we are paying the rent, a lot of these are Section 8 units, then you got to do what you got to do.
So call the health department. Rich, thanks very much.
Absolutely.
If you have problems like that or others, you can also call here to Local 12, and we'll take a look at the issues for you as well. You might just end up with Rich Jaffe knocking on your door.